Alright, so this video is actually going to be a little different than my other videos. In this video, I will just talk about playing Sonic Mania, because the other videos had music on them and I didn't really like that, so I will be just talking over playing Sonic Mania. Plus, I hope you still like the gameplay. I hope. Well, this topic, you already saw the thumbnail. Basically, we're gonna play the Sonic and I have the Sally mod. Because I will talk about terror, that's why. But let's just play the Sonic first. Well, you can see in the title, Classic Sonic needs to change, in my opinion. And I am not the only one with this opinion. Well, basically... Oh, no, I thought... Yeah. Those are random. But Classic Sonic, well, I will still edit this video by the way, but in Sonic has no split timelines. Like, the Classic Sonic and Modern Sonic are still in the same canon, obviously. That didn't change, that was always like that. Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2 did reference events from both Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic CD. So that was already a thing with Classic Sonic and Modern Sonic being in the same canon. But recently, they confirmed that again. That is true. In fact, Classic Sonic and Modern Sonic are in fact in the same canon. That is true. That is still true. That is always true. That was always true. But they now made it like Classic Sonic and Modern Sonic are like two different franchises. Like, they treat Classic Sonic and Modern Sonic like they're completely different universe, like franchises. Like, Classic Sonic is some different franchise and Modern Sonic is some different franchise. Like, for example, someone like Root or I don't know, let's say Shadow. Shadow also is Silver. They can't be in Classic Sonic because they're Modern Sonic characters. So they can't be in Classic Sonic. Same with characters like Fang, Bean, Bark, and Honey, or some people, some characters like that. They can't be in the Modern Sonic because they're Classic Sonic characters. But recently they really tried. They really tried to make it look like Classic Sonic is just as good as Modern Sonic, which is, in my opinion, true. I like Classic Sonic. He is basically, for many people, better than Modern Sonic, and people even do think it's an own franchise, and I do see that. I do see where people are coming from, but I just don't think that Classic Sonic should just be like, I don't know, Classic Sonic should just be like a completely different franchise, because when you look at it, like recently they released an IDW comic about Tails Sky Patrol, and Tails Sky Patrol, well, Tails Sky Patrol isn't really popular with the community. Many people don't know even if it exists. That's one obscure game in the franchise. There are more obscure games, but like, it's really obscure. No, it came back in Sonic Origins Plus as one of the playable Game League games, which is too cool. I liked that. But they also made, because it's based off Tails Sky Patrol, they brought back the Witch Crackers. After all these years, they came back in Archie. They came back in Archie already, because Archie did love to put characters from any media, like, I don't know, they freaking put that doctor from aosth, Dr. One Schlimmer, I don't know what the frick that name was, but yeah, he was even in these comics, so yeah, they were already back, but they now came back in IDW, Classic Sonic comics, which also kinda proves that they are canon, right? I mean, if they are in the IDW Classic comics, which are canon, that means they are canon too, basically. And I don't know how I'm supposed to believe that, because I never thought of that. That Tails Sky Patrol was canon. I always thought, some games are canon and some not. I even thought Honey was not canon. I never knew that Sonic the Fighters was canon. But now it's clear what Sega is trying to do here. They're trying to do like classic Sonic has all these characters. Just like modern Sonic, it has so many characters that you can know, and that's why modern Sonic is just as cool as it's just as cool as classic Sonic. Yeah, classic Sonic is just as cool as modern Sonic. Which all this isn't true. Classic Sonic isn't the same thing as modern Sonic. It's good time to switch. Because it is actually the fact classic Sonic and modern Sonic are in fact have a lot of characters. Classic Sonic has what's the main cast of classic Sonic? Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy. That's it. And now Trip 2 because of Superstars. But that's it. That's the main classic cast, the main ones. Then there are villains like Beambark and Fang. Then the Bridge Cutters now, I guess, made canon out of nowhere. And they're more like Honey, but they're side characters. In fact, all of them, those are more side characters and not main characters. Meanwhile, modern Sonic has a bajillion modern characters, like main characters, Silver, Shadow, Blaze. She's not a side character like Honey or something. But there are classic Sonic characters again. So yeah, because that's what I'm going to talk about. Classic Sonic isn't that thing where classic Sonic has not too many characters. Like this what Sega saying. Classic Sonic has not too many characters, so we are just gonna make Honey some character that exists in the classic Sonic canon, but we're not gonna use him at all because she's a side character. But that doesn't make any sense. I know that they want Sunny in classic Sonic media. She was only in the Amy New Hobbies comic thing they made and had a cameo appearance there. But they can use Sonic characters from classic Sonic that haven't appeared yet, that rare at once main characters. And you know where I'm going with this. The Freedom Fighters. No. Classic Sonic, Sega wants classic Sonic to be just as memorable as modern Sonic is. It still is. But even modern Sonic, they still make characters like Styx canon. With Styx is from Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom isn't canon, but Styx is. So basically, to all people who say the Freedom Fighters can't come back because they are from Sonic satam, well, Sonic Boom isn't canon and Styx is canon. So technically, the Freedom Fighters can also be canon, but Sonic satam doesn't need to be canon. Well, I think that they could come back in a classic IDW comic in, in a new game like Sonic's First House or something like that, and make them main characters like Sonic Kids, Knuckles, Amy, Sally, Bonnie, Antoine, Roger. That's the classic Sonic cast, and it always was in Archie. Sonic Kids, Knuckles, Amy, Roger, Bonnie, Sally all existed at once. It was always like that. It was always fucking like that. So what the heck happened? What happened? They can bring that back. And when they switched, when they made that thing with classic Sonic brand, new classic Sonic franchise thing, they started kind of like in Mania. Many people say they started in Generations, but I don't think that's true. I think they started in Mania, where classic Sonic things came up and became hype again. Honestly, in my opinion, it was like that. So I think that was a really missed opportunity to just bring back the Freedom Fighters. Classic Sonic cast that we all knew and know. I know many people don't think the Freedom Fighters belong to Sonic, but I don't think that's true. They will always belong to Sonic. And I mean Sonic and Sally and Amy, Sally and Sonic had a relationship, but they can just make it like archie, but where they can tease at it, but not really make it. And when they still do Sonic and Blaze thing, they tease it in IEW sometimes for some reason, even though Sonic and Amy gets teased a lot in these comics, they can do the same freaking thing with Sally and Amy. Amy and Sonic moments and Sally and Amy moments can do the same thing. And they, it would come back, I think they would use the classic Archie designs like in the reboot, and they made like classic Sally, classic Bonnie, classic things, classic Anton, Rotor. They made like new classic designs for them so they can fit classic Sonic. I think they would use these designs or just the original ones from satam, Archie. Because why not? I mean, when the witch carters return from the Sky Patrol, when you look at the witch carters, they don't really look like Sonic characters. They look like some random characters from some random game. They don't look like Sonic characters. But when they came back in IDW, they still look like how they did in the Sky Patrol. They didn't redesign them in the Archie comics. They did redesign them to look like Sonic characters. But in IDW, they just brought them back like that without a redesign, which is kind of weird. Because they don't look like Sonic characters. So maybe when the Freedom Fighters could return, maybe they would just choose the old designs. Or maybe they would change it up a bit. But, yeah. Maybe a little, like maybe make Sally's hands bigger because she has small hands, and the other classic characters have like big hands, and look when you compare it. But I don't know. Or maybe make us wear some clothes. You know, like in the if you know Tiny Toons, and there is this scum character, I don't know what's her name, but when they brought her back, because every other character had like clothes on, they were female character in Tiny Toons reboot, and in the original Tiny Toons, but scum character didn't. And to make that not feel out of place anymore, they gave her some clothes, I think. Yeah, that is how they made it like that, because she didn't have any clothes, and then in the reboot came after all these years now, they gave her clothes all the time. And yeah, and maybe expand classic Sonic even more. You know, modern Sonic has Eggman, modern Eggman has his henchmen, Orbot and Cubot. What does classic Eggman have for henchmen? Nothing. Classic Eggman has no henchmen. Orbot and Cubot are not in the classic franchise. Like, what could Eggman have for henchmen in classic Sonic? Heavy and Bob? Well, they aren't really Eggman's henchmen anymore because they worked for the classic Chaotix, and yeah. And talking about classic Chaotix, they also just made that canon recently. After all the time. You were kind of right on, and they did make it canon again. But so, like, I don't know, you can still make all of this canon, all of this stuff canon. Not all this replacing all of this. Like, I don't know, make Squatch and Grana. Yeah, Squatch and Grana could come back. Because they were Eggman's classic henchmen back in the Archie and aosth. They were classic Eggman henchmen. They were even gonna appear in Underground, or they are conceptualized to appear in Underground. But that was cancelled because they instead replaced them with Sleaze and Dingo. But it was planned. Classic Sonic henchmen were Squatch and Grana, but they still are not in the franchise for some reason. Or maybe give Sonic a sister and brother that he never saw after all these years, like Sonic and Manic Pop Sonic Underground. Why not put all of these things in this franchise? Like, make classic Sonic with big franchise, just like modern Sonic, just like how Sega wants to do it. But they don't do it, and I don't just understand why. Combine all of these classic elements, and boom, you get this cool classic Sonic franchise, like you want Sega. But no, they stick with, I don't know, being Bark and Fang in every single classic Sonic clinic, even though they are villains and not even really part of this franchise. Like, they are part of the franchise, but they are not part of Team Sonic, like main characters. You know what I mean? They are just villains. That's what I mean. But Freedom Fighters, they are not just some side characters. They're main characters. They were in Sega World Sydney to promote classic Sonic stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna go into the Neville because Chemical Plant. I don't know Chemical Plant. I can just do it. Let's go here. Well, they were always the Freedom Fighters. They were always in Sega World Sydney as classic Sonic characters. They were marketed as classic Sonic characters, and Aang wasn't in that at all. Like classic Sonic, classic Jets, classic Megas, and then Sally. They were always part of classic Sonic. And then with modern Sonic, they were just gone. So it's the same thing with Bane, Bark, and Fang. They were always gone after modern Sonic came. But during Classic Sonic, they were always there. And yes, in Archie, they were also always there. Like every time in Modern Sonic and in Classic Sonic. What was also the same case with Fang, Beer, and Bark. They were also always in Classic Sonic, and then always in Classic Archie and Modern Archie. But it was the same thing there. So yeah, I think it actually right now. It's the perfect time to bring back the Freedom Fighters to Classic Sonic and make the main characters Classic Sonic Fighters. Because because if they are gonna wait even longer now, then they're gonna be forgotten again, and that's what we said to happen. Because Modern Sonic crew, like Fang, many people didn't know who Fang is, because he was really forgotten about, but now they remember him again. Like many people didn't even know who the character was. Like, that's Fang, yeah, that's one character. But yeah, you don't want the Freedom Fighters to fun, and everyone remembers them. But if they just gonna sit there and never come back, that's not good. So yeah, bring back maybe Sonya and Manic. I don't know about Sonya and Manic because they're like Sonic's sister and brothers, and I don't know if Sega really wants to give Sonic's sister and brother. But maybe they will. Who knows? Maybe. We never know. They can do what they want technically. And yeah, the Classic Sonic, it's become like a big franchise right now, and it's a perfect time to bring back the Freedom Fighters. And you can even change those free characters like Techno or something like that. And yeah, that Classic Sonic is more than people just think. Like people want Classic Sonic to die because Classic Sonic feels boring to them. That's fine. But if they would do all of these things that I mentioned, then Classic Sonic would be more than that. Classic Sonic would be loved by people. They would acknowledge all things. They always acknowledge like the Game Gear games now. The Game Gear games were never acknowledged anymore. But now, after all these years, suddenly, randomly, now they are getting acknowledged all of a sudden again. After all this time, now they're getting acknowledged, like Tails Adventure and such, like Sonic Super Level games like that. Now they didn't acknowledge or Sonic Spinball. Heck, even the Freedom Fighters, they are even in Sonic Spinball. So why not just bring them back from Sonic Spinball? We can make them like, yeah, they were Sonic's friends from Sonic Spinball and Sonic saved them at that game. Or something like that. They were characters always, all the time. Like in Sonic Spinball, there were characters there. They had an appearance there. Because they were classic Sonic characters. So yeah. And you can even do stuff like what I'm playing right now. Like, this Mania gameplay show I play right now. You can do the same thing like that. Like put Sally in the next classic Sonic game. Make him the next classic Sonic IDW comics. Put Squatchy Wonder in as Eggman's henchman. Do all this stuff and I assure you, Sega, people would love classic Sonic. Because they never really acknowledge the Sonic cartoons, or Archie, or Fleetbay, or even the Mind Avenue. But if they would do, like, acknowledge all of this stuff and put them in classic Sonic franchise, then classic Sonic would be just as memorable as modern Sonic is right now. Because people see often classic Sonic as Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles, Sonic City. That's it. That is kind of classic Sonic. And modern Sonic, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Hero, Sonic Chronicle, Sonic Rider, Sonic that, Sonic that. Like classic Sonic and modern Sonic, like if they really want to do being just as memorable franchises, as both are memorable franchises, then they just acknowledge all of the stuff like the Freedom Fighters, combine all of the stuff like Sonic ZAM, Underground, aosth. Heck, even include something like from the Supersonic Sisters cartoon. It cancels from the Supersonic Sisters cartoon. Include things from that, and I'm sure Sega, this franchise would be loved. I'm sure. I assure you. Yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah, I did ramble a lot in this video. I still hope you enjoyed it. I will post more videos soon. Because I didn't redo, I just did some small videos to a little that this channel has at least some videos, but yeah, there's not really much to talk about anymore. But yeah, I think. By the way, let's talk about this mod. Like I said, if Sally would come back in a game, I think it would be. This is our game. Like if they would do a Sonic Mania 2 or something like that, like put Sally in there or something. Like look, you can see how cool this looks, right? But yeah, I do think that's the Sonic. Like Sega really didn't acknowledge Sonic 1, 2, CD, Sonic 3 and Knuckles a lot. And I mean, they acknowledged them, but they never acknowledged the other classic Sonics. But maybe they start to acknowledge that. They can do the same thing to the Sonic cartoons. They never acknowledge them, but now they can start acknowledging them. It's a perfect time. So yeah. And yeah, you know, we have even people like Ian Flynn who also want them back, like all these Sonic writers, Tracy Otley, who also draw a lot of freedom fighters in his suggestions. Like I think I really think there's a chance that they will really come back, and I hope that will actually happen. But yeah, it was all of ranting now in this video. I think it's done now, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody. And I don't know what my next video will be on, but you can suggest it in the comments or post it in the or like, yeah, I don't know. But maybe I find a video idea. But that's it for now. Peace out.